everybody, did you know that the CIA is hiding information on where to find Noah's Ark? They know where it's at and they're not telling us.
And did you know that there's an ancient underground city located in Death Valley where there's hundreds and hundreds of mummified giants that are hidden from us?
And did you know that the Smithsonian is being sneaky again?
This podcast is brought to you and powered by Sunday Cool.
Watch this!
Or listen.
Sneaky. Ooh, sneaky again. I like that addition of again.
Test.
Got it.
Boom, boom, boom.
Dude, Doge is down, so it's so down.
Dude, tell me about it. I'm looking at the Doge all weekend. I said, "What? This is supposed to be up at the moon. It's not even at the moon.
What the?
It's not even at the stratosphere."
Today it dropped a bunch.
Yeah, it's down 10.5%.
Ugh.
No, it's up 10.5%.
Let's see. I got 50.
Just kidding. Ignore everything I just said.
Let's see where I am.
Still very low.
Let's talk about the stock market, guys.
It's down.
Heard about the NASDAQ?
No, but really it is down. I don't know if you guys heard that.
No, my $1,500 is worth $491 right now.
They're saying it's possible we're going to enter another recession. But I also heard that from NPR, who's highly critical of our current
I don't understand the stock market.
administration.
That's obvious, Josh. Yeah, I tell you all the time. I just want to teach you.
Yeah, I know.
I want to sit you down. I want to explain it to you. Like I can do it. I can break it down. I can break it down for you.
I could dumb
it down, break it down, however you want.
Oh, baby. We're back on a Monday morning. Hey.
I'm kind of here for the energy.
I like it
start
too.
the week. Yeah.
I hate it.
Aw.
I will regret saying that tomorrow when I'm blasting through the podcast.
Blasting. That's what Andrew does whenever he's on editing the podcast.
Just Jimmy Neutron.
Yeah, we're filming late because me and Lil were gone like half the week last week.
We were ill prepared.
Ill prepared.
But now we're prepared.
Dude,
And we're partied out. We had so much fun at this wedding.
What wedding did you go to? The royal wedding?
Yes, my cousin Griffin
So
and
Griffin?
Celia.
Yes.
Celia. Oh, Celia.
It was very fun.
What was the theme?
Love.
You guys look great.
Thanks.
You guys were out. Did you have the kids with you that day?
We
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
Cool.
They were
That's-
flower girls.
Oh, that's sweet. The first time?
Yes.
That's sweet.
Well, Ada was one for Cassie's wedding, but she was in a wagon. She couldn't walk yet.
Boo.
It was really
If you
cute.
can't walk, you ain't a flower girl. I'll say it here. I'll say it now.
Ada made it her job. She was all business
Yeah.
for this position.
Did she get nervous at all?
Dude, I couldn't even get through to her. She was laser focused.
That's awesome. Because usually it goes the opposite way.
Jane freaked out. Yeah.
Jane panicked.
She put her head right in my butt crack. And I was the flower girl.
Oh, you got to walk her down?
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
Were you like
Mortified. Yeah. I was sweating buckets.
Dude, John, why didn't you do it? Why didn't you get up and help
I
Jane?
asked.
You
said
did not
no.
want to
You
do
went
it.
great.
No, I didn't want to do
Dude, can we be one fans? The only way we'll go to their wedding is if we're the flower girls.
Ooh.
it.
That would be fun.
That's a really good idea.
And we just show up and we leave. We're gonna grab some food, but we're busy, so we can't hang out the whole time.
The after party is the best
So-
part. That's what I want to stay for.
So that's what I'm saying. We'll just start the after party. As soon as we're done down the aisle, you'll just hear us like jamming
Okay.
in the back.
Yeah.
You're saying not stay for the ceremony. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Who's ceremony?
I agree.
Come on.
We hate love.
Hate it.
Ugh.
But and then similarly, Ada is a party animal. Like a
Dude.
wild beast came
Dude,
out.
something about weddings.
I don't know. I don't know
She
who
was-
this kid
is the
is.
latest she's ever stayed up to. She stayed up till 11.
Yeah.
She
And
snuck in some pop, didn't
She
she?
danced the
She did.
She was going up to the bar
Yeah.
and ordering spicy lemons, which is Sprite.
Yeah.
She was ordering Sprite.
Called it. I knew it.
Yeah. Like by herself going up to the bar.
By herself.
Another bartender.
But then she would so she danced the entire time.
Yeah.
And she would go up to random people who weren't dancing and grab their hand and pull them into the dance floor.
Dude, what a perfect wedding guest.
I'm saying she's for hire.
And then like all these people were like, oh, the flower girl wants to dance with me. And she would ditch them.
Yeah, just get out of here. What are you
She was
doing?
literally just grabbing people and pulling them onto the dance
Like, do
floor.
you not see what's happening? We're dancing.
It was the cutest thing ever.
That's
There's a guy
awesome.
that had a broken neck. And she
Yeah.
went and she pulled him onto the dance floor.
Yeah.
She pulled the wait staff onto the dance floor, the waiters, everybody.
Dude, she's the best.
But she had no interest in dancing with us.
Yeah. Of
It was
course
just
not. Y'all are lame.
strangers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's so fun, dude.
What a vibe.
Yeah, she's cool.
It was a vibe.
Did you dance with your bride?
I did.
Hey.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, put it here, Bo. Put it here, Bo.
Thanks.
What was your guys' wedding song? First dance?
Harvest Moon.
That's right. That's a classic.
The video game.
Just a little bit closer.
And you guys picked that because of The Quiet Place?
Yep.
Yep.
Here's what I
No.
say.
I do love that movie though.
It's good.
Hey, you want a song?
Yeah.
Oh, I do too.
Okay.
We've been practicing this for days now.
Yep. And it's 10 a.m. on a Monday. And we were totally prepared because
Oh.
we're not ill prepared this week, are we, fellas?
Not at all.
I can't wait.
What easy, dude? You feel a little angry today?
I feel sleepy in my head.
Sleepy. I'm tired of the brain.
All right. Hey, what kind of song you want?
What if you guys did a Screamo song for real?
We need to get it out, maybe?
Yeah, we'll see what we got.
But I need to hear like real screaming.
Okay. We've heard your request.
Let's go. Go.
Try to remember it.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Hold on. It'll come to me.
You could just literally play anything
All right,
because I
here
don't
we
even
go.
remember it.
Here we go.
God, I'm lost as well.
I picked you like brackets. I got it all wrong. You left by the tip-off, didn't stay long.
My heart is out of bounds and I can't call time. You were my 1C, now you're not mine. Mark sadness, you broke my heart in two. I cheered for love, but you cheered for Purdue. I'm just a foul and you're a ref that don't care. This journey of pain isn't fair.
We kissed in the bleachers and you walked out. Now I'm just screaming in emo self-doubt.
I cut down the net that held up my pride. You took the ball and left me outside. March sadness, I'm knocked out of the first game. You circled someone else's name. My brackets busted just like my soul. No second half can make me whole.
March Sadness. March Sadness. March Sadness.
Wow.
Whoa, you okay?
Wow.
Get some water, pal. Get some water. Oh, he's dying.
My throat.
Hey, he's dying over here.
So what was that?
Now I didn't know what it was about at first, but now I get
I
it.
didn't either.
It wasn't
It's a little like March Madness, March Sadness, and there was a bunch of basketball puns. It's
We literally wrote it while you were on your way.
Wow.
He's like, we have 10 minutes.
He was,
And we're like, oh, let me stall her. Let's stop. Have her stop at a gas station.
Really?
Pick up.
That's why? Why didn't you just say take your time?
It didn't work.
You need a rush. Hurry, quick. Go to the gas station now.
We have fun.
shout out,
Dude,
On a Monday?
we never get work done.
shout out Amberlyn for that completely jacked up guitar part.
Shout out Amberlyn for March Sadness.
We should go on tour.
We should?
Yeah.
Yeah.
When people say we should drop a record of our music, are they talking about like what we have on Spotify, or are they thinking like an actual like record,
I don't know.
like a vinyl?
I think a lot of people don't realize that you guys do have all of your songs on Spotify.
Yeah, Spotify,
true,
Apple,
too.
everywhere. It's
Yeah.
even on YouTube.
It's
music,
Ninjas
dude.
or Butterflies music. Don't go to Ninjas or Butterflies, the show. There's
Yeah,
no
because then you're
music
just
in
gonna
the show.
listen to this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or maybe go to both.
Yeah.
I think it would be sick to like release a limited edition, like actual vinyl press and put out like 3 to 5 songs.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
All right, we'll plan for that.
Get it done next week.
Bet.
Yeah.
I work great on a deadline.
Speaking of deadline, back to it, baby.
Oh no.
We got a question.
Oh.
I'm
Almost forgot about it.
actually really excited about this question.
Great.
Yeah.
Any reason why?
I just think it's appropriate for today,
I love it.
for the past 136 episodes.
There's so many.
So many.
Almost halfway there.
Almost. So today's question for Lily, sent by our viewer. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. What?
How are you?
Great. Thank you for asking.
Told you to say that.
Okay, I guess.
How are
no
you
then.
doing?
It's not about it's about you, Lil.
But you see how it did take her
How are you?
30 seconds to even ask us.
How are you?
Great. Thank
Okay.
you for asking.
Where's she?
Attitude.
I'm not the one asking, Lil. It's our fans asking.
Yeah, so they're just asking you a simple question. How are you?
Great.
Doesn't seem like you're great. It seems
I
like you're
am.
getting annoyed.
Are you annoyed with our fans?
No, I love our fans. And I thank you for asking. I'm great.
That did not seem genuine.
I'm no body language expert.
I'm not a body language
but
expert
golly,
either.
that's a lot of aggressive.
It seems like there was some sass in there.
Yeah. I mean, it's
Lil,
I heard it.
our
Guys.
fans are they really want to know how you're doing, and you're giving them sass.
I'm not.
You seem so annoyed right now.
I'm giving you sass.
Why me? I'm not the one asking the questions.
he's
it's
simply
the fans.
It's the messenger. You don't shoot the messenger. All he's
I'm
trying to do is
representing the fans in this moment. So, really, you giving me sass is giving our fans sass.
You asked and
There
I
you go.
answered.
She's getting aggressive.
I'm great. Thank you for asking.
Your eyes aren't even smiling at this point. You just seem mad. You
I'm
seem
on
aggravated.
the defense.
Why? For people just reaching out and seeing how you're doing?
You.
Why are you so closed up all the time?
I'm not.
You are. She's acting
I think she's
that.
hiding something.
I think you're hiding something. How are you, Lil?
I'm good. Thank you for asking.
Oh.
You're not being honest.
I am. I'm a little tired.
If you're being... There it is.
There it is, dude.
She's tired. How are you doing? You're tired.
I'm also
Thank you.
great.
it took 5 minutes
Took
to get
5
to there.
minutes. What is
But-
this? Why? I thought we were all friends. I thought we could be honest with each other.
Not her.
Not her. Apparently, she has to put up this wall. Hello? Lily on the other side. How are you? I guess she's tired. And it took this long to find out.
So Lily's a liar?
Lily's a liar. Well, dang. I guess you guys heard it here first. Lily, my wife, she's annoyed by you.
Stop it.
I feel
She
like
puts up these walls.
I feel like I can't trust a friend anymore.
I feel like I can't trust my wife. And she's a liar. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Did I say ninja? I meant the butterfly is no doubt one of God's most beautiful creations. Does it empty your mind?
You learn martial arts! Ninjas attack!
Welcome.
Welcome to the show. Dumb.
Let's go, boys. Let's go, boys. Dude,
137.
out the gate like Land Frost, dude. Let's go.
Pow! No! Pow!
Pow! What is that from Step Brothers?
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you saying pow?
Or pa.
It's gonna be,
Catalina wine mixer.
I'm talking about Catalina later.
Ooh.
Santa Catalina did the play.
Speaking of pow,
pow pow.
we got the best fan gift ever.
What?
We had a fan make a spreadsheet.
Oh snap!
Wait, what is this?
Okay, this is wild. This is absolutely crazy. So, when I say the words, the Hooper curse, what do you think of?
I don't actually know.
The Hooper curse. As far as Ninjas of Butterflies is concerned, when we refer to this as the Hooper curse, what is that?
Like when something goes amiss, like
Yeah.
when we were having all those.
With specifically your family.
Yeah.
And all the misfortune, it seems like it's very random. And I said back on an early episode, like episode 74, I believe, I asked out there, I said,
79.
79. I said, listen, I think it would be great if someone could just go back through Ninjas of Butterflies history and record. And so we could have a timeline
No way.
Oh no way! Oh my
of
gosh!
the Hooper curse.
Oh my gosh!
And
So Abigail Banks.
Oh.
Bankus.
Dude, are we friends on Goodreads?
Probably. She's on Patreon.
Probably.
She's great. We're sending her a ton of merch for this.
She's a really good reader.
Absolutely.
Documented
Oh my gosh!
all of our misfortunes as a family.
I think that's more work.
Are the green? Is the green the good stuff?
They're none of it's good. They're color coordinated. Is that what you call it?
Yeah.
So green is sickness. Blue is owls. Pink is prophetess. That's Ada's lines. Purple is family tree, and then orange is misfortune. And it's the funniest thing ever.
Dude, all
That's
right.
hilarious.
Go through some of this.
Note that it's never like anything earth-shattering. It's just mild inconveniences that rule our life.
Sometimes when you look at it, you kind of look at it, you're like, holy moly, you guys have dodged a lot of bullets.
So we got like, and she does the episode numbers, the timestamp, and the date.
Oh my gosh!
On
We owe
every
this
single
woman
one.
money.
It's crazy.
Episode 33, misfortune. Frank the dog ate Hooper clan fried chicken dinner.
I forgot about that.
Dude, there's stuff you'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I
Misfortune. Dishwasher caught on fire.
Yeah, that was crazy. Forgot about that.
Let's see. Misfortune. The downfall of Mr. Noodle, the fish, not the character.
Oh my gosh, Mr. Noodle! I've repressed that.
I mean, they're so funny though.
Dude, it's
Sickness.
Do you remember
Lily's
James?
head injury? Lily hit head on ceiling fan.
And was concussed.
Let's see. Oh my gosh, I should have highlighted the ones that made me laugh so hard.
If there's a fan out there who wants to go through.
there's back-to-back misfortunes over you, Lily, where it says Josh Hooper accidentally punched Lily Hooper in the face, and then it's another one right underneath it. So there's two separate occasions.
You punched me twice.
No.
No, he didn't.
Man.
Rooster scratched Josh Hooper and he wants to kill it.
That was a mean rooster.
Oh, here's one. This is misfortune. Hooper Rooster came back from the dead.
That was crazy.
Misfortune.
He literally resurrected. It was
Ada got
nuts.
bit by a horse.
That was crazy too.
Neighborhood boys microwave caught on fire. Josh Hooper saved the day.
Yeah, that was a win.
The owls thing is just the funniest.
Josh Hooper has a slight lisp because his tongue is swollen. It's so good.
I don't think people really understand how gnarly that whole surgery and you talking with your tongue jacked up from that. Is that from that period with the when you
I
got
don't
cut?
remember.
It probably was a canker sore, but yeah, that whole thing was nuts. I think back on that all the time, how horrible that was.
Listen to this. Is 3 in a row. This says Josh Hooper doesn't know if he needs to birth Taco Bell or has kidney stone. Next one, Josh Hooper's back hurts because of potential kidney stone. Next one, Josh has a kidney stone.
It's so funny seeing it all back to back. There's one.
Dude, I mean, it's huge though.
This one says Josh Hooper had to drive Lily's car because a few days ago there was a giant tree spider in Lily's car and they were sure it left the car.
Do you remember how mad you were?
Yeah.
But then at the end of it, they did Cory Lynn's family tree
So funny.
because we'd always
ask him about his wife and his kids and stuff, and he would just
Make something up.
I mean, no, this is real. This is 100%
right,
real.
right.
Yeah.
So it starts off with
So
15 years married, Gretchen, wife, type A, Toby, 6, Colton, 4, Charlotte, 2, on April 17th, proposed while hiking in Argentina. And then go down a little bit further. Gretchen, wife, Jared, Leslie, Cole, only has 3 kids, all separated by 2 years of age exactly to the day.
Have you shown that to Cory?
No, not yet.
No, we got to get
that's
them on.
funny.
Anyways, amazing.
Well
Wow,
done.
dude.
Abigail.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll upload those too. We'll definitely upload them to Patreon, but maybe we'll put them on the Discord too.
Yeah.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Speaking of Corey Lenz, he just sent me a video over the weekend because he was on a cruise, and he's like, "Dude, I'm on a cruise right now," and he's in just like this ballroom. There's entertainment going
Oh, the
on, and he
guy.
zooms in, and the back is just our Ninjas of Butterflies T-shirt, the butterfly,
Oh, that's so
the
funny.
robot versus machine,
Wow.
man versus machine.
I thought he took another job. That dude's just out there living.
He's living the life, dude.
He's in sales, right? Insurance
I'm
sales.
just out here living.
If you do well,
Something.
that's kind of how you do.
Yeah, yeah, he's killing it.
Good for
Yeah,
him.
so we were
R.I.P.
quoted
Dead
on Daily Mail again.
Again?
Yep.
Yeah.
I guess I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Well,
But they didn't
We
put our-
weren't.
No, I was.
You were. I found the account.
Who do you think you are, dude? You getting too big for us, man?
Didn't it seem like it was written by AI though? Because they
I
refer
didn't-
to us
You
as
have to be.
I literally
evil
just
podcasts.
no. That's
Did it really?
It's,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to shout out the actual name of the thing. There's another account on TikTok that steals all our content, and it's your face the whole time.
Oh.
So
and
yeah.
they dub you over or something, or what do they do?
No, they just
Oh.
they just rip our content and then like put their watermarks on it, and
I see.
Cool.
so that's where they thought the name of the podcast was the account that's
Topic of it, yeah, so it says the unearthed. It was about the aliens, that Russian document that got
Yeah.
declassified,
We got
where the aliens turned them into stone.
Yeah.
It says the unearthed document, declassified in 2000, was recently the topic of the AI or Evil podcast, where host Josh Hooper revealed that 2 of the soldiers. Yeah, so it goes on, but I'm like, AI
They
or
quoted
Evil.
Oh my gosh.
No,
they're
but
quoting
I
the-
think
yeah,
that what Andrew's saying is that is
Yeah,
a show
yeah.
that rips us. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Isn't that nuts?
We're all connected.
That's a bummer.
I just
Oh,
arrived
how
at
mu-
it late.
just like, how many podcasts do you own now?
I just I gotta go right after this.
It's like
Uh,
IMDb for podcasts. There's like 20 imposter accounts.
Yeah.
So-
that was crazy with the Ark
Yeah.
of the Covenant thing, man. Everyone was talking about it.
Yeah, it makes you wonder why it got picked up and pushed so much.
I think the
Were they just
news,
late to
they
the
all
game?
just copy each other.
Yeah.
So the Daily Mail posted it and it went viral, that article.
Mhm.
And so everyone's like, did you know about this?
Yeah.
It's like,
Dude,
it's been out for a while.
It's just an echo chamber.
I
It
know.
really is.
It
Yeah.
really is.
And we feed into it.
Dude,
Into
you
it.
know what I just
Into
thought
it.
of? Like, we talk about how many views we get, and like if you're like, brand deal stuff or you're selling ad spots and any of that stuff, you talk about the views that your channel generates. We should find every fake account and tally that to our numbers.
Interesting.
Yes.
Thanks for working for us, guys.
Trillions of views. Not really.
I try for us not to be an echo chamber though, but sometimes, it does happen a lot.
A lot.
I try to find new stuff to talk about.
Well, it's cool. It's also interesting to talk about, like, for example, wait, how did telepathy tapes come about? Where did you find that? Was it Joe Rogan or did he talk about it after us?
No, I
he
found it on
it before.
TikTok.
Oh, you do what?
I found it on TikTok.
Oh, okay. Forget it. What I was saying then. But I mean, it's when there's a subject that's interesting, it's cool. It's cool to unpack it all together, I think.
Yeah.
However, when people are deliberately just ripping off your content,
Yeah.
that's so dumb.
Yeah.
Get
I
original.
do think it's cool that our show, I think the way Andy always phrased it, finding the funny in anything, there's like a twist that we try to add,
I agree.
Yeah.
like either hope or comedy at the end of everything falling apart.
Yeah.
Blurry just came out with the episode where they interviewed the pastor that spoke on the telepathy tapes that he was interviewed. Amazing podcast.
Really?
Yeah, it was so good. What was interesting, he's like, yeah, my interview, he said, I talked a lot about the gospel and how what is happening with these non-speaking autistic children, like the spiritual implications of it. And he's like, it all got cut out of the show.
Oh, bummer.
Yeah.
Oh.
He's like, I understand though. It's her show and that those aren't
Yeah.
her beliefs, but
No, it's great. Yeah. So they can,
Yeah.
I mean, there's obviously, they bring in experts and people like that, or people who have experiences just to tell their narrative.
Yeah.
That, I mean, whether it's good or bad, but that's awesome. They can just dive into it. I saw a couple reels from it.
yeah, it
Looks really
was
good.
really, really good. He said one thing and he was super humble and super smart.
Super smart.
Quote me on that.
A Freudian slip and a
super
half.
super smart. But he talked about one thing that he struggles with theology wise. He said that's really just messed with him is like all these children that he knows that are in his ministry and stuff, they talk about existing before they were born.
Oof.
And he's like, not as a reincarnation kind of thing, but like they were in the, like, they were existing before they were born.
Whoa. That's
Well,
trippy to
and
think about.
Why is that hard for him though?
I mean, just because our theology. I know you can use the verse that I knew you before you were in the womb, and that's the only thing he's like I can base it off of, But like, that's such a wild concept. And he said, like, one instance, there's this girl, and apparently she said that she was asked before she was born if she would be willing to take this body of a non-speaking autistic child in order to glorify God, and she chose
To
that.
carry that burden. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. Holy
it's like-
moly.
And I get goosebumps all over your body. What does that mean?
That's such a weird giving free will, because a lot of people use that verse in argument against free will. Like, I knew you before everything's set in motion and it plays out. So that's such an interesting kind of concept to give the decision before no decision can be made
Yeah.
from
I
a
don't-
particular theological
Again, I'm
camp.
not saying I
Yeah.
agree with it
Yeah.
or whatever. I just thought it was very interesting. And he's like, this is kind of messing with me too. It's like,
Yeah.
they all say it. And he's like, and I don't understand it.
And
Yeah,
he's like,
that's
so I
weird.
won't comment any further, right? That's what he's like.
Yeah.
I can't speculate here, so I'm
I
just
can
gonna.
respect the heck out of that.
Yeah. He's not hiding it
Right,
too,
right,
like a lot
right.
of like people will be like, oh, I'm not going to talk about that because it messes with my purpose or my theology.
Yeah.
And he's like, it goes kind of against my theology in a way. And he's like, but you have to talk about it because that's what
Yep.
they're experiencing.
That's so
Yeah.
interesting. I knew you before you were in your mother's womb, and then in another verse it says, "I knit you together in your mother's womb." So you're
Yeah.
like, was that existence or?
Yeah.
And do you have,
Weird.
I mean, his existence, but like consciousness? Like, is there like a level of spiritual dimension that you're in? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's so strange to
Yeah.
think about.
The idea of shared consciousness is a wild
Dude,
idea.
I can't. It's been messing with me since that whole conversation happened. I think between it was Joe Rogan and Kai Dickens, the lady that did.
And it's also a non-Christian view as well, the shared consciousness.
I don't know. Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
That's just, it's scientists say that could be a real thing.
Yeah, but why would it not be? Wouldn't
I'm saying
think about the body of Christ.
Non-Christians believe that or can believe it.
I see what you're
Yeah.
saying. Oh, okay. I thought you were
But-
saying it doesn't. It's not in tune with Christian views.
No, I think it can be.
Me
I
too.
think it could just be the spirit, the soul. I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh,
it just
hey,
it just
listen, I'm not a doctor.
yeah. What is consciousness? Like, how do you mean that?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's like the one thing that like really can't be studied, Like you can't hook up like a brain scanner and study consciousness.
Mm-hmm.
They have scientists have concluded that it is outside your physical brain.
Isn't that weird? Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
I mean,
ideas.
yeah.
Ideas don't originate in the person. Ideas are a part of a shared consciousness that exists outside of us. And like
That's the theory.
What do
yeah.
you mean? What does that mean?
Yeah. And
feel
how
like-
would you study that? Because they're going to try. They obviously are trying.
Yeah.
Like, there's got to be, I mean, we're doing all this AI, quantum computer, teleportation stuff.
I
There's
think
got to be a way.
but like to call it consciousness is such a weird thing. Like, society does shape a person for sure, in the same way parents can shape a child. But it's like, you guys don't believe that like your essence of consciousness you like forced into your children, right?
Well, I equated it to like when C.S. Lewis talked about morality.
Yeah.
And it's like it's someone that's born on a remote island. They still know good from evil.
Yeah,
It's
they
like
still know
that's-
what's wrong and right.
morality is like an inherent thing in our DNA.
Mm-hmm.
And could that not be a shared consciousness from God?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's the whole point.
Yeah,
I
it's
think.
Because it's like
He says it's written on our hearts.
yeah. But like, where do we get that?
But Darwin evolutionists would say it was conditioning after conditioning. Like the first man had no distinction, and then we inherit this through like our brain patterns or something like that. Like it's
Yeah, but
it's,
like the same species of animals constantly kill each other.
Yeah.
And they're like, they don't have any remorse,
Yeah.
And it's like humans know that to kill another human is bad,
And that's where I think a lot of it, I mean, with Christians, it's hard to, I think there's a soft line between Holy Spirit conviction and consciousness and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, you choose to do we've seen that in human nature where we choose to ignore that consciousness over time. It dries up.
Yeah.
And we talk about not quenching the Holy Spirit.
Yeah.
And so when we get those nudges from the Holy Spirit to go do something to get out of our comfort zone, we know it's from God. Then it's like, if we say no to that over time, you know, things change in your heart, obviously, but you still know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was a pastor or a word study, but like the idea of like quenching the spirit being referred to as like building a callus against, and like eventually you don't feel that pain that was steering you in the right direction.
Yeah.
So
And
you can arrive at a place, but you think about the implications of a person who has become that callous. Like that's where you get regions of the world that like do things that to us we hear about it and we're like, dag, that's evil. But to them, the
It's every
entire
day.
society is so calloused.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm sure there are things in our society that we're incredibly calloused against.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But
Like before I was a believer, I still think I was a good person. But now that I'm a believer, my motivation has changed. It's for the glory of God, you know.
No man is good. No, not one. You've always been bad. Sorry. Evil.
I'm the bad guy. Speaking of remote islands and stuff.
Dude, do you see that?
Yeah.
Oh,
there's
man.
this American tourist. There's this remote island. I forget what the island's called.
Sentinel Island? Isn't it Sentinel?
I think so. It's off the coast of India. And it's like one of the last preserved islands where the tribesmen have no contact with the outside world.
Whoa.
So if you go there, they're going to kill you.
Right.
But it's illegal to go onto this island because one, it's dangerous, and two, it's dangerous for the people on the island because
Yeah.
they're not exposed to diseases and stuff like
Right.
that. This American tourist got a boat and he like this little raft and like took like 6 or 12 hours or something, made it to the island and left a coconut and a can of Coke as an offering.
What the heck?
A Diet Coke.
Oh, a
first of
Diet
all.
Coke.
Yeah. Which is even more insulting.
Yeah.
And then left, and then now he's arrested.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah. But I just thought that was pretty funny. Just them drinking a Coke.
Now, he's
Do
24 years
I
old.
bet they're still trying to figure out how to open it.
Yeah.
Right?
What is this?
They stab it with a spirit explodes. They're like, it's a bomb.
Yeah. Then I saw a side by side of like somebody like giving a bunch of tribes like bottles and stuff like that,
Yeah.
trying to open it. But then you see octopus like just go up to a jar and literally just open it like without ever seeing one in its life before. It just knows
Yeah.
how to do
That's
it.
because they're aliens.
There's a video of like them giving these bush people in Africa this bottle of Sprite,
Uh-huh.
and they have no idea how to open it. They've never seen anything like it.
Yeah.
So they're literally just biting it open, and
Yeah.
then they're drinking like,
It's like literally like Ada, though.
yeah, so
She uses
spicy.
her teeth for everything.
Now, the reason why the guy got arrested now, like, is it just simply germ stuff, right? Like,
Yeah,
like,
it's illegal to go there.
got it.
Yeah.
Well, that, I mean, and also consider you're messing with these people's psyches. You know, you
Yeah.
drop off something like a can of Coke and they're like, what's going on? Consider what you would do if an alien dropped
Yeah.
their sludge.
Yeah. I mean, like, just the implications of like who gets it. What if it does kill somebody? Like the panic that comes from. There's a million scenarios that this thing could just. You're just dropping off as a joke or trying to help them, but like you literally could be throwing off a whole culture at that point.
Let
Like,
these people
that could
live
be
in
the
peace.
time, like-
They're going to start worshiping Coca-Cola.
Yeah.
The gods have arrived.
the fire water.
Yeah.
That'd be so. Yeah,
They're-
it's just wild, man.
They're dark skinned people. I haven't seen the
Yeah.
photos. Can you I was thinking about this the other day and a completely different topic, but like when white people showed up to an area, it's like the first time, literally it'd be the equivalent of like a bright blue person showed up in this room. You know
I
what
can
mean?
imagine.
Dude,
It'd be
I know.
like, I mean, that's enough to send you into complete panic or complete reverence.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Mel
Yeah.
Gibson's take on Apocalypto when it's the whole chase movie and you're just in the Amazon with these
still haven't
guys.
seen it.
Oh my gosh. Well, don't let me ruin it. I'm going to ruin it.
Go ahead. It's been out for a while.
It is so jarring, dude. You have to watch it.
Okay.
It's this whole movie and it's about what, Aztecs or Mayans? Which one?
Aztecs.
The Aztecs, and it's a chase movie, and it is really like graphic and like probably historically accurate. And then finally he gets free, and he and his wife are walking up in the jungle. Or no, he is about to get captured.
Yeah.
Boom! The conquistadors arrive. There's boats, and you're immediately dated, right? And you go, how jarring is that?
yeah.
Yeah, because
So
the
scary.
guys that were trying to kill him, they stopped because they're like, "What is that?"
yeah.
And it was like, "Whoa."
Imagine how crazy that would be.
Yeah.
That's what I love when that St. Augustine tour guide
Yeah.
gave us that, like, he's like, just imagine, like, because they were probably wearing their plated armor and stuff. And
Yeah.
it's like, this is alien. This is
Yeah.
great. Like they probably thought their lives were ending. I mean,
Yeah.
And Pocahontas, when she says strange clouds, but they're
I see strange clouds.
sails.
Listen to your heart.
Haven't seen that movie either.
What?
You're lying.
Dude,
Pocahontas?
I don't watch movies.
That's like...
Andrew, you have so much homework to do, dude.
No. You see, kids, this is what homeschooling does to you.
don't do it.
That's actually the truth.
I was gonna look up Governor Ratcliffe, dude. Did you hear how he died? The bad guy in Pocahontas,
How
the
did he
big
die?
purple guy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm gonna look it up real quick because it was wild.
Governor Ratcliffe.
He was let's
Jamestown.
just say that he was tortured to death by the Pamunkey Native Americans.
Probably deserved it.
That's it, apparently.
No,
But
for real.
I saw some like breakdowns of like how he was tortured, and I was like, oh my goodness.
I bet they were creative, yeah.
Let's just say
So-
you can survive a lot longer than you think without skin.
Oh,
Let's just say
Oh
that's all
my
I'm saying.
gosh. Imagine,
That's
you know
like
how
the
like,
thing that you told me about, the
Viking
Viking
thing?
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, I've
The-
seen that. I don't
the
ever
eagle
want to
thing.
see that
Brutal.
photo ever again.
Brutal.
without skin. Oh, my gosh.
Think how bad imagine if they had hand sanitizer.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, that would hurt.
Speaking of without skin, though, did you guys see that Kawasaki robot horse?
Could have swore this was an ad.
Yeah,
No,
dude.
swear
I
that
looked.
was an
Did you
ad.
see, I
I was like,
turned
this
to
is
the-
good.
I turned to the time.
No, Kawasaki robot horse.
I saw
I
it.
did.
It's just a concept, right?
No, but they're making it.
Dude, this will be so
Hold on,
cool.
let me send you guys the video.
You haven't seen it?
No.
Oh, it's
I
awesome.
haven't seen anything.
I didn't invest in it because I was like, I just thought it was like some AI thing that was.
No, yeah, it was displayed because it was AI, but they're actively
That's
trying
what they
to make
want
it.
to
Yeah,
do.
This is so cool.
it's the coolest.
Are we watching it together?
Yeah.
Or can I click it?
You can just click it.
Yeah.
I don't have the cord.
Is that a person on it?
Yeah.
Wow, very cool.
Dude, imagine how cool this will be.
That doesn't really look like a horse. It looks more like a dog.
Hey,
Just stop calling it a horse.
Here's my whole take on this. They should have it's doing a bunch of stuff that a dirt bike could do. I'm like, put that thing climb a mountain.
it does climb a mountain.
I haven't got okay there. It is.
He's on a mountain.
Start with the mountain.
Wow.
The
very-
That
jumping,
would be
the
so
jumping.
fun.
Oh man, dude.
Did you?
What is that going to do to the roads, though?
I don't know.
Hopefully we don't have roads anymore.
Where we're going, we don't
don't
need
need-
roads.
Have you seen the yellow one that's like an American robot dog
Yeah.
thing, and then you've seen there's a clip. I think it's I don't know if it's American contracts or Chinese, but they're basically just fighting that dog versus a drone, and they're trying to see which one will take the other one out.
Oh no.
I'll show you the clip later. So maybe we'll dig it up between now and Patreon. But that clip exists, and then if you saw How to Train Your Dragon at Disney, they've got the new dragon. That's,
Universal.
is it okay? At Universal, and it's interacting with people.
Oh, I did see
and
that.
it does its jumping. It's the same exact movements as the demo with the robot dog.
It's 100%
Wow.
the Boston Dynamics dog. Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Okay.
I just sent a video of it. It's wild. It's crazy that they're already putting them in production like this, for entertainment purposes. It's
oh my
gonna
gosh,
be.
that's so cute.
That's awesome.
And I literally, when I saw it, I was like, how'd they get a person in there? It's like, there's no way.
That's so cool.
That's
Yeah,
really
dude.
cute.
Imagine having those walk around
Yeah.
Disney or something. And you just have characters walking around.
Wow.
They're trained, they have a path or something.
That's very.
You're not
that'd
allowed
be-
to touch them, but
Yeah.
that would be incredible.
I'm
Yeah.
just picturing that being like a Disney versus DeSantis war.
yeah.
Where he's like, they're just for entertainment. It's
I
like a droid army.
we just have to be fully prepared to kill Pixar characters whenever it comes to apocalypse comes.
seriously.
Can't do it.
Speaking of animals, though,
Should we get universul passes?
I'm thinking about it next
dude,
year.
it looks dope.
Now that they've got everything open, the villains era and the monsters
I know,
thing,
no. Yeah.
I think next year let's.
Do you
I'm
guys-
fine with a Disney break, but I would like a theme park pass.
The new Universal looks dope.
Daddy, please give me a theme park pass.
I wish. That's what Ina does.
Have you guys ever seen a woodpecker tongue?
No, I have not.
I bet they're long so they can put their tongue in where they get the
You're right on
worms.
that, but this is the craziest thing. Their tongue wraps around their head inside to prevent it from getting concussions.
No way.
Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
Excuse me?
God is
Hold on.
That
amazing.
is crazy. Like literally is a seatbelt for your
Yeah,
brain.
it literally goes up.
Ain't no
Look, I
thing
just
is a
sent it to you.
shaken woodpecker syndrome.
Dude, I saw this picture. I couldn't understand what it was.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's
it's
also
to
terrifying.
Prevent it from getting concussions when it's pecking.
That is wild.
Isn't
So
that
it,
crazy?
it pulls in for when it goes through, and then it extends to reach in.
Yeah.
Wow.
Are you kidding me? That's wild.
Yeah.
I mean, literally.
That's crazy.
That
Thank
is
you for
so
sharing.
fun. Why? You know, I can do that too, right?
Just say thank you for sharing. That's amazing. Thank you for sharing.
I was scared at first. I thought it was going to be like the parrot tongue or something creepy.
Oh no.
What's the parrot tongue?
You remember my reel
Yeah.
where the thing like,
Don't remind
I
us.
don't want to know.
hey,
Yeah.
for peace of mind, my reel today is not
Scary.
gonna, yeah,
All right, cool.
Yeah.
it's just pretty rad.
We got it. Don't go anywhere.
I had no idea that they were dinosaurs. It kinda scares me that they were dinosaurs.
Swag.
Yo, hey, look at this.
yo.
New swag.
Yeah.
Who dis?
Read this.
New swag.
We got swag.
Who dis? We got
Ninjas.
camo.
And orange.
And a purple one.
Like
Orange. Why did we try to rhyme with orange?
I don't know.
I don't know why you tried to rhyme with orange.
Guys-
Go to SundayCoolSwag.com.
We got
Guys,
new merch. You keep it going.
You do a ton of our music.
Yeah. We got new merch, guys. New Ninjas and Butterflies merch out. Available now at SundayCoolSwag.com.
It's going to be great. We're going to be dropping new shirts every week for the next 5 to 6 weeks. It's going to be great. We got onesies, we got kid t-shirts, and we got a ton of other Sunday Cool swag that we're not even showing you right now. Go check it out, SundayCoolSwag.com.
Yeah. Sunday Cool Swag.
Go get it now.
New Ninjas merch.
Ooh, did it bow. I just couldn't think of a rhyme with now.
Oh.
It was pretty cool.
You went?
Yeah. Stopped by with last weekend with the girls when you guys were out of town.
Was it one of our employees? Were they running it or something?
I don't know. I saw a guy playing the saxophone, which I'm a sucker for. And this guy had like probably a 2-minute solo, and it was incredible. Just a dude.
Gotta love the saxophone.
It's good.
I love it. Yeah.
I'll play it if you keep making fun of it.
I love sax. I seriously love saxophone.
Okay, I'm gonna play it.
You know, I like saxophone, but I detest jazz music. Have you ever heard that thing where it's like jazz sounds like what my brain feels like on anxiety?
Yeah, it's like Angela from The Office. She's like, just play the right notes. I saw that video. You remember that video of the guys hearing jazz for the first time? And it's like they're playing jazz and he pans at the crowd and there's this guy just going, yeah, the whole time.
It's
Just like, what is
horrifying.
this?
It's literally a scary movie.
I realized there was a day last year where all I did was listen to like really sad Miles Davis trumpet music. And it's just him playing the trumpet by himself and it's really sad.
Were you depressed?
I think so. For a day though, it wasn't bad. It was, I don't know what you call that, daily depression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Question corner with Lily with the questions are fresh on her mind.
A little tongue twisted.
This one is an original because I really just wanted to know. Came to me this morning. It's a would you rather.
Love.
Both are good perks, but which one is more valuable to you? Would you rather be instantly able to like cover your eye with like a sunglass lens so that you don't need to wear sunglasses? You could just be shaded.
Oh my goodness. Just blink and then have polarized lenses.
Yeah, dude.
That's the future for sure.
Or instantly be able to soothe a baby, like a crying baby. Any baby. All babies.
Could you imagine? You're just walking around outside and you just like see this mom and dad going
Struggling.
through it. And then you're able to just be like, hey, have a good day, guys. And then just like, or you have to like touch or do you have to like,
I figured that you'd probably have
stare
to
at
hold
it?
the baby.
I don't want to stare. And it works. That would be crazy.
Yeah, you just have like some kind of soothing energy. You're like the Santa Claus for babies.
Okay.
I think there's value in that. Like you could sell that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd probably do that. That's probably the best idea. I mean, I would feel selfish to not.
It's like the most generous of the two, I guess.
Yeah.
The sunglass thing would be pretty dope, though.
Yeah, you're always losing your sunglasses.
Can you
and
change the
drive.
colors?
Oh, yeah.
Sunglasses.
Yeah. That's pretty dope.
I think for me, babies repel me other than my own babies. It's my spaz energy.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
Everyone's talking about it.
Generally.
Everyone says it.
And I would love to be able to hold any baby and they enjoy it. But babies get scared of me because I'm always like,
So this is just your fear.
What?
This is just your fear. Like something you want to happen in your life.
I want babies to like me.
Yeah.
My own babies love me.
Yeah. Do you like the idea of the polarized lenses?
Yeah, I do.
Is it a tough balance
It's
for you?
a bad choice. It's a hard choice.
I like the aesthetic of a pair of sunglasses too much to want to do that though.
And I'm sure you're responsible with your sunglasses. Yeah, remember that time you guys hid them and he was going to stay here until he found them?
Yeah. That's my Costas. Shout out. If Costa wants to sponsor us, that'd be dope.
Would you rather never have the urge to pee or never have the urge of hunger?
Do I still have to pee?
Oh, I was like, not having the urge would be
Because that means I
problem.
just pee my pants.
Yeah.
No.
Never
you never have to pee.
This is
Never have to pee.
This is a
Okay,
personal
cool.
question.
I'm all ready for that.
Yeah. Or never have to eat. But you can eat. And you can enjoy
And
it
it
when
still,
you do
it
eat.
still tastes good.
Yeah. But you're never hungry.
Oh, that for sure. Because a lot of times I just eat because I'm always hungry. And if I was just never hungry, I could just literally just make it a treat, like a reward at the end of the day.
My life would be changed if I didn't have to pee.
It would, dude. What would you do with all your extra
Probably be
time?
way more successful.
Where
in
would
life.
what would you do with the extra 4 hours a day
Dude,
if you never had to pee?
so much.
I think you use peeing as a security blanket though too. Like if we're in an awkward
Oh,
situation,
interesting.
you can say I have to pee,
Maybe.
and then you leave me to deal
You
with
have set up that precedent where it's like we don't question it. So are there times where you're just like, I just need a break? Like I don't necessarily have to go to the bathroom.
Sometimes, yeah. But a lot of times I really do genuinely have to pee.
it. You know who's picking up on it? Our
You have
daughter.
to let me know these things.
Our daughter is like all of a sudden having to pee every 20 minutes anytime we're out somewhere, and I'm like, you don't have to pee, but she'll make pee. She'll make pee happen.
So you're affecting your child.
Wow.
She inherited it. Adrian, here's what that beat. Dabba dabba dada goo 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 gaga. Andrew's got a reel.
Goo goo gaga gaga. Change my diaper.
I'm a baby and I'm excited for this reel.
Yes. And I just pooped my pants. Yeah.
Here
Thought
we
it
go
wasn't
again.
good. Thought it was
Andrew's
gonna end
taking
there.
time.
Yeah. Where's that gong? Hit that gong.
End it now. Yeah.
1, 2.
He's gonna hit that gong.
Ooh.
Don't click it. There's no audio at all.
Oh, dude, these are so cool. I love this.
I
I'm so
haven't looked
excited to
at
watch it.
So I just think this clip is crazy. I don't know how you capture this clip, but they time lapse the development of a spinal cord on an embryo, which happens at 3.5 weeks. And it's just insane to watch this thing form. It is what does it say? It's a 16 hour time lapse. Yeah, you ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
Whoa.
It's amazing.
That's literally the entire spinal cord. All the signals
Holy
traveling up and
moly.
down that embryo and forever developed right there. Like you think about like nerve pain that could form in your future or any of that. Like it's that precise that it all works.
And dude, this is microscopic.
Yeah, an embryo.
And dude,
Wow.
if
Oh, my
only somebody
goodness.
had corrected my scoliosis at that point.
Yeah. Yo, put a back brace on that embryo.
Have you ever seen the video where it shows? I think it's when
The egg is fertilized.
the egg is fertilized. I was
Yeah.
going to try to say it in
The
a way that
flash.
they probably learned in second grade biology. But yeah, the flash,
Yeah.
Literally a spark of
a
life.
spark of light.
It's crazy.
Isn't it
It's
crazy? Like
amazing.
looking at that video, we just came from slime.
Yeah, we were just a bunch of goo, dude.
Yeah, we were just goo and we just evolved to that.
Yeah.
We were
it's crazy.
we used to be a mud pie.
And that used to be like,
Whoa.
and it literally just happened happenstance, dude.
I know.
It's crazy.
The mud's like all of a sudden like, I think I want to grow a spine.
Yeah. What are the odds of that?
That's insane.
Yeah.
The universe is so cool.
Thanks, NASA. Also,
Very
when I
cool,
saw
Andrew.
the screenshot of the beginning of it, I thought it was a rocket launch. It looks just like a rocket launch.
Yeah, yeah.
Speaking of NASA, what were you gonna say?
No, I was just gonna say, like when I send you guys a reel, half the time it'll show the punchline of the reel as the thumbnail in the chat, and that drives me insane. So
Yeah.
I'm glad that one wasn't it. But
Speaking of NASA, did you guys see that the astronauts for the first time did a polar orbit? So
What you mean?
typically, like astronauts, like when they orbit the Earth and stuff like the International Space Station, they're going around this way.
Oh,
But SpaceX launched a rocket, and it's way more intensive and it's hard to do. But they did a polar orbit to where they went over the North Pole and the South Pole.
Okay.
And they're orbiting.
So what's different in that? Like
yeah, what
the-
makes it hard? Yeah.
The gravitation, so like the gravitational pull of the Earth, it's like you go that way.
So you're going against it.
You're going
Yeah.
against it in theory, yeah.
Yeah.
Not in theory. You are. You're going against it. But one of the passengers, I guess, who wanted to do it, his name was Mr. Wang, and he is a cryptocurrency billionaire.
whoa.
And he paid an undisclosed amount of money to SpaceX for him to be an astronaut to do the polar
Oh my gosh, that's sick.
orbit.
That is
But
crazy.
the videos are sick.
How long of a trip is that?
I don't know how long they were up there. Not crazy long. I think a couple days.
Wow.
Yeah.
You know something? I'd go on a rocket.
Would you?
Wow. Really?
Live a little.
You've
What is
changed.
this?
I know.
You've grown.
So, Sony sponsor ninjas to
Oh.
do, but only if we stay in the Earth's orbit. I don't want to go to the moon or anything.
You
Yeah.
know, Orlando has that thing that they're shooting up in space, like it's like a tourism thing.
Like the anti-gravity flights? Or
Yeah, and
what?
it's like I know the guy it's Cameron, Brooks' husband.
Oh, yeah,
who
yeah.
He did the fiberglass and like all the interior stuff for the actual project, but it's some type of tourism thing where it's a little capsule. They shoot up and then they bring you down, but you're literally going out.
Very scary.
Yeah, it's crazy high.
Man.
I don't know how that's going to
Orlando
work.
is known for their rides and them being safe.
Yeah,
Should
that's
we be
true.
the first zero gravity podcast?
Wow.
That would be sick.
This is good for me to be able to have this opportunity to talk to you guys. When I was on the way up to our girls' trip, they go, "Who is Elon Musk?"
What?
My girlfriend's
what?
asked that.
No way.
That's crazy.
I thought you said the girls asked that. I was like, that's pretty impressive. They know his name.
No, my girlfriends, my adult girlfriends.
They don't know who Elon Musk is? How
No,
old are they?
Kelsey was not in that car, so was it
Okay.
Kelsey?
Okay, got it.
That's
Interesting.
wild.
I know.
What a bubble we live in.
Yeah, feels weird,
I thought it
right?
was a pretty big bubble, but apparently not. Yeah, I mean, Clarissa didn't know who Joe Rogan was last year.
Yeah.
How do you not know Joe Rogan? People don't know who Joe Rogan is.
Yeah, you have any idea what it feels like to go tell your, like the people you work with, your coworkers, like, dude, Joe Rogan's now following us, and they're like,
Like, cool,
Yeah.
who's that?
Who's that?
come on,
Come on.
It was hilarious. I wish you guys could have seen it though, because I'm like, he's known for a few things. One being Tesla, another being SpaceX. They're like, what's SpaceX?
Man.
And I was like,
if you live in
well,
Florida and don't know what SpaceX, that's your own fault.
I know. I'm like,
That's-
they kind of took over NASA. Like, they're the only ones really doing rockets right now.
That's insane.
Dude,
With people on it? Not usually. No.
Dude, our
Sometimes.
neighbor across the street from the house, he was talking to me about the podcast because he saw like a couple clips came through.
Uh-huh.
And I told him a while back that we had met Andrew Schultz because he was like asking about the podcast. And apparently he's been going around telling all of his friends that he's next door neighbors with Andrew Schultz. He thought my last name was Schultz. It's like, no. But yeah, he.
You talk about yourself in the third person to him.
yeah,
I'm real good friends with Andrew.
The Toyota guy or the Lampu guy?
not the Lampu guy.
Okay.
check this out. Speaking of space, there's this photo captured of a mountain on Jupiter that's 4 miles tall.
Oh my gosh. How tall is Everest?
Oh my goodness, dude.
Yo.
That is so sci-fi dark fantasy.
Is that scary looking?
That's crazy.
It's only strange because there's not like foothills. It's just like
and it's
a,
just boom.
I mean, it looks like Sauron a little bit,
I know.
right?
yeah, literally.
No, 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 no.
Well done.
Star Trek.
Yeah, I thought
That's
that was
wild.
crazy.
Look at this photo I'm sending. This is a camouflage by Lockheed that they used back in the day.
Oh, I saw this.
Isn't this wild?
Yeah, this
I
is
mean,
during World War II, right?
It's like
yeah.
one of those it's like a some type of camouflage. I don't know, you like a sheet because the sun comes through, obviously.
Yeah, they
but
put
like,
it over an entire supermarket.
That's crazy.
Why does that feel kind of cozy?
I mean, it probably feels great. Be in the shade all the time.
Yeah.
Why don't we just get put a big shade in front of the sun?
Can you walk on top of it?
I don't know.
I bet there were some kids that tried.
Speaking of government things,
Dang kids, dude.
speaking of talking about what other people were talking about, this one's not as crazy, but it was still pretty crazy that the U.S. government has a declassified document of where they're actively searching for Noah's Ark.
No way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Now, wasn't it discovered or something last year? Like
Yeah, supposedly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not last. It was a couple of years ago.
Okay.
In Turkey, right? Or
On
where?
top
Yeah.
where the divot is on top of the mountain.
Yeah. On Mount Ararat,
They had
I
two
believe.
turkeys
Ararat.
Ararat.
on the Ark.
But yeah, this document says from 1974 to 1982, apparently a general used a U-2 spy plane to photograph Mount Ararat. And they had these pictures, and they said that the proof was inconclusive. But then all these people in this document, it talks about all these scientists and stuff like asking to declassify the photos.
Yeah.
And they refused to. Like even I think to this day they still refuse to declassify the photos of. But now you can pull up images all over. But the U-2 plane, spy plane, they were like, yeah, you're not allowed to get those photos. But just know that it's inconclusive. Like we don't think it was Noah's Ark.
Then release the photos.
And they're like, okay, well, can we just look then? No.
No, you can't.
Sorry.
So it's the same region that recently-ish got talked about.
Yeah.
Did you see the stones? Now this goes back to
the anchor stones.
Yeah, Kent Hovind. When I was like in middle school, he does like Dr. Dinoland or whatever it's called, Pensacola. Shout out to all the homeschooled kids in Florida. That was like a field trip that everyone went on. But yeah, he did a whole write up. So it was like early 2000s. He was going around talking about it. But they have those like, I mean, the size of this room, almost monolithic stones that are perfectly bored out. Again, they're like, we don't know how they did that with chisels.
Yeah.
But
they're
the
those
whole
anchor stones.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen those?
I don't think so.
They're actually all over Florida. People
Yeah.
use them as landscaping.
Especially
Anchor
in like
stones.
Yeah.
I think I know what
beachy
you're talking
towns.
about. Kind of like you're talking about like they look like monoliths a little bit, like shorters.
So the whole thing, it's the whole point. It's a counterweight. So Noah's Ark didn't need to go anywhere. It just needed to float and to be stable. And so they would hang these stones off the side of a large ship as a way of keeping it level and stable.
amazing.
Yes, like that. Those are like old ancient anchor stones
No way.
that people literally just plop in their front yard.
That's awesome.
Isn't that crazy?
That's seriously nuts. I had no idea.
There's even a
Yeah.
theory on Noah's Ark that the center had like a well so that air as it would go up and down would ventilate. And so when you look at the top of that mountain, how there's a divot, they assume that would be how it like imploded with a hole in the middle.
Dude, if we believe in like the Watcher's technology and stuff,
Yeah.
Noah probably built the Ark based off of some like pretty technologically advanced stuff.
I mean,
That's interesting to think about. I mean, it would
know?
make sense. Golly.
If you were to house all these animals
Yeah.
and human life for how long was it?
40 days.
Well, it was raining for 40 days, but they're on there for like
so
9 months
got
or
it.
something.
Yeah, something like that.
I
That's
mean,
a
long
year,
enough
yeah.
for plant life to come back.
Yeah. And it's like you had to have some sort of system,
Mm-hmm.
like really advanced system. Like, because if you think of like, if you go back to like, I don't know, the Dark Ages, like, okay, build a really big boat that can house thousands of animals in human life for 9 months.
Yeah.
They would not be able to do that.
No,
I would love to know how
that
many
makes sense though. Yeah.
how many like because you know species versus kind. I want to know how many were there like in the time that's elapsed since
Yeah.
the Ark, 4,000 ish plus. No, way more. Whatever.
Yeah.
How many like you know what could become a cat, what could become a
Yeah.
lion? Like
Mhm.
what's the smallest denominator you get to, and how far back would that take?
Yeah, exactly.
Also, how do you crossbreed like a wolf to end up with a chihuahua?
oh gosh,
Like, what do you have to do?
I don't think
I'm
that's.
you
sure
know
there's
what I'm
a
saying?
squirrel involved in there somewhere.
I really don't think
Yeah.
it's.
How do you do that?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
I don't.
That's weird.
That is wild.
I don't. That's. I mean, to me, that's the Chihuahua and Great Dane thing. Like, I have a corgi, and she is 22 pounds at a year, and corgis go up to 40 pounds. So you think that literally within one breeding cycle, if you get a runt, you can cut the size of the creature in half.
Yeah, but you got to take a lot of runts from a wolf to come up with a chihuahua.
I mean,
Yeah.
every year,
Like I said, there's a squirrel in there.
Probably.
There's a coyote that had a weird idea one day.
Something to think about.
Yeah. I was trying to think of a joke
The
or
real
something small,
questions.
but
Yeah.
That's
Crazy
wild.
stuff.
Yeah, it's super wild.
You guys heard about that senator that was doing the filibustering? What is it
Cory
called?
Booker. Yeah, the filibuster. 24 hours?
No, 25 hours and 5 minutes.
What in the world are
Like,
we
what
doing?
do you talk about?
As a society, what is a filibuster? I remember, I just know you have to talk for a long time. I
It
don't
was
know
like-
why.
It was like as a protest to Trump or something.
Yeah.
And he got up there on the floor and talked for 25 hours and 5 minutes. And he had some colleagues help out. Like they would like chime in here and there. But he stood up there for 25 hours.
That's amazing.
That's
And-
wild.
but it was so funny because this video said like, watch how Republicans responded after this historical moment. And like, he's like, and to you, I give the floor. And everyone's like, yeah. And then this Republican senator comes up. He's like, so the next motion of, it's like just carried on with it. And everyone's like, hey, come on, man. This is a pretty big deal. He's like, are we going to get down to business or what? He's like,
Now that we got that out of the way.
I thought it was really funny.
That's, I mean, what are they doing? Like, I mean, as a society, it doesn't like, I get it. It's a hard thing to do to talk and stand up front for 25 hours. But what are we doing?
I don't know.
Why don't we do something productive?
What is
exactly.
the actual, what did we accomplish by doing that?
It was a
a protest and
protest, like a sign of
stalling,
whatever.
yeah. And that's I mean, like, yeah.
Yeah.
Did it have to do with the tariffs?
I don't know.
At one point, it probably had to. And
Yeah.
he's probably just going down a list and like, what else can I talk about?
Yo, I don't understand the protests that were. Did you see the protests that were happening against Trump this
No.
past week?
No, I haven't seen
It
anything.
was like in all 50 states, and I mean, there's just so many people on the streets protesting Trump. Like New York had thousands and thousands of people.
Now, what's the main thing besides the Trump? Like, is it the tariffs?
I guess
Yeah.
so.
There's
Yeah.
tariffs. I know that there is a specific illegal alien that I think they deported back to his home country on the grounds that they thought he was part of MS-13. Someone reported him as being a member of MS-13, but he's saying, I've never even lived in the state of New York. Where
I don't even know what
an
an MS-13 is.
I'm sorry. I don't know who Miss 13 is.
And so, like, the governor of Maryland said, you have until midnight tonight to return him to Maryland.
Oh.
And Trump is like, yeah, okay.
This
Dude,
is so weird.
I
I
don't
drove
get it.
past. I can't remember where I was, but somewhere around here. Obviously, I drove past one of the protests, and I didn't know what was happening. I tried to read signs. I was like, "What's happening? What's happening?" And I couldn't make out. And so everyone's just doing this with unlegible. There's like a ton of people
Dude,
out.
why can't we like gather up like both sides and like protest like the healthcare system or
That's what I'm
something?
saying.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I want to be a part of a protest.
So bad.
I want to do one day, but I just, yeah.
You're holding out for a good cause?
Yeah.
Yeah. You haven't seen a good cause yet.
I would love to make a poster.
I just miss crafts.
Yeah, bottom line, I just wanted to have an craft hour time.
We live in a weird world now, though.
Yeah.
Like how people are like burning and vandalizing Tesla cars now.
Yeah.
Dude.
And it's
But then like 15 years ago, it was the greatest thing that you could do is to get an electric vehicle.
yeah, because it's like it's like saving the planet.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's made by a Nazi. You're like,
Everyone's just mad, dude. It's all
everyone always has to be mad at something.
I think they're doing it to us. I think
I'm trying to
it's
think about what I can be.
No,
mad
our
yeah.
at.
consuming. Yeah, let's find something to be
Let me
mad
think
about.
Smithsonian.
Let's start
Yeah.
a protest. Let's start a protest.
Yeah, let's go, everybody.
Give
Let's
us
go
the giant
protest
bones.
outside of the Smithsonian, and we'll collab with Blurry Creatures.
It's a fan meetup. You have to bring your own poster.
Give us the bones. Give us the bones.
That would be funny.
Yeah.
Wow.
Just get like the
Giant
when one of
lies.
those Halloween stores closes, just everybody buy the discount huge skeleton.
Yeah.
Genius.
You hear they're opening up a Christmas spirit,
Really.
like a Halloween spirit, like
That's
Spirit
pretty
Halloween. They're
smart.
doing a Spirit Christmas, which is it's just like just keep the thing going. You just keep the rent in the building longer.
Do they make enough money?
I
Dude,
mean,
they
they
make
have
a
to be.
lot of money.
I'm gonna protest the single-use plastics involved in that store.
Ooh,
Yeah,
That's my
Smart.
protest.
Smart.
nice.
Yeah.
'Cause none of that stuff lasts.
Dude,
till
you
next
see,
season.
see Hooters restaurant is becoming a family restaurant now.
Well, hey,
It's in the news.
has it not always been?
Dude, I'm gonna go. That's what we're gonna have a protest. That's what we're gonna be seeing because Florida's big on that because that's where it came from in like Gainesville or something. And so like you watch all the protests. That's what Florida gets mad about.
That's hilarious.
Get the family wrist. It doesn't belong.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I think we all know what it means. But
More clothes on.
we're calling it owls now.
They're just doing it equal. So they're gonna bring guys in too. Equal rights.
Same outfits.
Can I get this more plunchy, please?
Speaking of giants in the Smithsonian, though,
Yeah.
there is a story about giants in Death Valley, Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a fitting place, fitting name.
Shout out to Mr. Mythos on YouTube. He does a really fun breakdown. I don't know how he does his research because I tried to do my own independent research regarding this stuff. It's really hard to find. So he
Know some peeps.
I don't know what he does. He probably goes to an actual library and does research.
Like in the movies?
Yeah.
Like when people used to go to libraries for research?
Yeah.
That's insane.
But so these two guys, Dr. Bruce Russell and Dr. Daniel Bouvet.
Bouvet Island.
They're these two amateur archaeologists, and they heard these legends from the I believe they're Paiute. Let's see, what were they? The Shoshone and the Paiute regarding this ancient underground city in Death Valley where giants used to roam, and that they had these crazy technologically advanced things. And so these two dudes, Dr. Bruce and Dr. Daniel, they were just exploring all through Death Valley, and they found this really, really small opening of a cave, and they dug it out and saw that it led to a bigger opening.
Ew.
And so they went down in, and they reported as soon as they entered the bigger part of the cave, they said it was polished stone, like it was clearly a room.
Yeah.
And they said it was just like it was perfect. And then they saw that there's more and more caverns, and so they started exploring. And one of the first caverns that they found was, they call it the Hall of Giants, and it was basically these preserved mummies of these giants. They said ranging from I think they said 8 to 12 feet tall.
Wow.
Dang.
And he said there's just hundreds of them just preserved, like these mummies.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the heck?
That's so scary.
And then they went into another room, and they found these very old looking hieroglyphics carved on the walls that they said that they weren't Egyptian, but they looked like Egyptian. But they said a lot of them looked like Freemasonry symbol.
Like pictographs.
Yeah. Just weird stuff. And then another room that they went into apparently had these preserved, mummified, extinct animals.
Oh
So
my gosh.
they had dinosaurs in it, saber-toothed tigers, mammoths, crazy stuff.
Yeah.
And you're immediately like, all right.
Yeah. That seems strange.
But it gets crazier. So this is in the 1930s. I don't know if I mentioned that.
Okay. 1930s. That's when they found it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they speculated that this cave system was over 80,000 years old. That's just what they came up with. I don't know how they got that number, but that's what they came up with. But they said that they explored it for a total of 15 years. Didn't want to tell anyone about it.
Yeah, fair. Don't tell the Smithsonian.
Yeah, because I would say this, before this, that's when the Lovelock Cave thing happened, which was, I believe, 1915 or something, or early 1900s.
Yeah, they were smarter this time.
And they knew about the incident of Lovelock Cave.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. I don't know that for sure, but I think that was probably pretty big news. But yeah, so they explored it for over 15 years, and they documented this underground city was 180 square miles.
Oh my gosh.
So they said that it went under Arizona, Nevada, New Mexico. It just...
That's not a city. That's a world.
Yeah. I mean,
Dude,
huge.
that's insane. If that's... Dude, the cave system, bro.
I
Yeah.
know, dude.
But apparently they got to a point to where they're like, we can't just keep exploring this and not
tell people.
tell people, or because we don't have any money left.
Yeah,
we
we need
need to make a
resources.
profit. So they got all these investors together, and they wanted to start a company called Amazing Explorations. And so they got all these people to start investing. And apparently they took a group of these people because they're like, well, we're not going to invest if you guys are just pulling our leg.
Right.
The story goes, and this is what Mr. Mythos talks about this happened.
Yeah.
I couldn't find this part, but he said that he brought these investors, or a group of them, to the caves to see it, and they all saw it. And they're like, whoa, what the heck? This is insane. But it was very secretive. So like only Dr. Russell, he's the only one that knew the exact entrance of this cave.
Yeah.
Which I thought was confusing of like why Dr. Bruce didn't know about it, Dr. Bruce Russell. But apparently only Dr. Daniel Bouvet knew about it. And so they're like, okay, yeah, we're going to invest. We're going to start this thing, and so like an article came out in, when was it? The 1950s, I believe, talking about Dr. Bouvet and this underground labyrinth, ancient giants, all this stuff. And shortly after that, article came out. What was it? Let me see where it was. Artifacts. Oh, yeah. He said, I'm going to do a press conference, and I'm going to bring artifacts from the cave to this press conference, and we're going to expose the whole thing.
Yeah.
And apparently somehow the Smithsonian got involved in this too, or they got wind of it because of this article. And Dr. Russell, he's the one that knew about the thing the whole time. Dr. Russell, on his way out to collect those artifacts, disappeared.
Oh, boy.
And he was gone. And so they did a search party, and the search party took forever because Death Valley is huge and it's uninhabitable, really, because it gets so hot and it's just a desert. They found his car. It was abandoned.
Smart.
He had a suitcase in it full of clothes, and he was just gone. And they never found him. He was gone forever. And that was the end of the cave because no one else knew the entrance.
Oh, come on.
So all these investors pulled out. But what I thought was insane.
Nobody's like, are you serious?
Oh, he just went on vacation and never told us? Oh, this is a bummer. Guess we should forget about it.
So, but 5 years before Russell disappeared.
Yeah.
So they explored this cave. They were making documents about it, making moves. 5 years before he disappeared, the U.S. government took over that same territory where the entrance was. And it's called today the China Lake Naval Air Weapons Station.
Okay.
And it's off limits to civilians.
Yeah.
Convenient.
And it occupies 1 million square miles to test classified weapons and technologies.
Yeah, okay.
1 million square miles.
Yeah.
I didn't even know we had that in America.
But yeah, so it's a pretty weird coincidence, right? Like supposedly the Shoshone and Paiute talk about this inner earth place where they had this technology from ancient times that like surpassed our technology. Giants, which why is the government always involved in the story of giants?
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the US government's like, we're actually going to take this land that is actually belongs to the Shoshone and the Paiute.
Yeah, typical.
And like, we're going to take 1 million square miles off limits to civilians because we're doing technology stuff and like classified weapon stuff. And it's like, this is crazy. And then I'm like, I want to know more about Dr. Russell and Dr. Bouvet. They said that there is like no record of them.
Oh my God.
Dude, it was so easy to erase people back then.
But you can go back and look at the article that came out, the investors that talked to them. But if you look up their backgrounds, anything, they're gone.
Yeah.
They're gone.
And everyone who witnessed it is dead.
Yeah.
Dang it, dude.
And I'm like, well, what were they doctors in?
Yeah.
And I was like, we're not sure. We think that Dr. Russell was a physician in Ohio, but there's not a lot of records that show that he was.
There had to have
That's
been.
crazy.
Golly, dude.
Is that why all of our documents, like Doge was talking about going into the old the mine to get rid of it? Everything's paper because it's still erasable.
Oh yeah,
dude,
it's weird. But then I was like, I've been figuring something out with ChatGPT because I use ChatGPT a lot for research. It's like a glorified Google, basically.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I was like having to explain the things to ChatGPT because it wasn't giving me the answers. Yeah. And I'm like, what was it? The last thing I said? I said, I'm like, didn't they start a company, these two doctors, and ChatGPT's like, I don't think so. Like, there's no record. I'm like, didn't they start a company called Amazing Exploration? Or they were trying to, and they said, yeah, they were trying to start it. So like it was giving me like the runaround.
You have to interrogate it.
Yeah. And so I finally was like questioning it, and then it just said something went wrong, and it like just like deleted everything.
Oh, that's weird.
I'm like, what the heck?
That's really weird.
It was so weird.
That's crazy.
It literally just like glitched out and just like boom. I'm like, okay, what the heck?
Yeah, and it's definitely this new update.
Yeah.
There's something different. They incorporated something.
Could have
different
just
in
been a
the update.
coincidence, but 30 minutes later I was asking it about other stuff and it was completely fine.
So the obvious reason why the Smithsonian and our government would be interested in squashing this whole giant history thing is because it discredits the history that we're all learning, and it makes it seem as though we know actually nothing about our past. That's an obvious thing, but also, is there like a Christian implication there where maybe they don't want it to affirm
Yeah, I think
our biblical history?
I think
Yeah,
there's
you
probably
lose power.
definitely a multi-meaning kind of thing. I think power is a huge thing.
Yeah, because if that's what I'm saying. If everyone believed in what the Bible was telling us is true, the government would have no power over us.
Yeah.
Because we'd pay you, but we're not falling into this trap that you're doing. We're not going to become materialistic. We're not going to do these things. And that's exactly what they don't want. And so it's just, but yeah, I mean, also they want to control the narrative. They want us to seem, they're trying to give us pride and all these things. Like there's so much dirty history that we have no idea about.
Yeah.
I love America. I'm an American, but golly, have we messed up a ton.
Oh, yeah.
And lied to our people like crazy.
Yeah.
For years. Like literally there's stuff just written out, man.
Yeah, I was talking about this last week, but I'm still going through the Old Testament. Obviously, I'm doing that Bible in a year. I'm in Judges right now.
Yeah.
And like it wasn't like one mention of giants. Like giants are all over the place.
Yeah.
And what I would be interested in, I've never read the Book of Enoch. I want to do the whole Old Testament. I want to do the whole Bible, the canon that we have before entering into that maze. But is there an explanation? Because I know that the flood was intended to wipe out the race of giants and all the products of the fallen angels. But then we see giants again later.
Mm-hmm.
What's up with that?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if you go based off of like old stories from like Central America, like the Mayans and stuff, like their stories are them and like the not Lake Baikal. It's what was the mountain that we talked about recently in Russia? The Death Mountain.
Oh gosh, I can't remember the name of it.
Valdivera.
Oh, you have a good memory.
Thanks.
Sometimes you do.
Yeah, sometimes.
You should have take that back. Go straight to the call.
But their stories are that they did have giants and that they did escape a flood by going underground.
Doesn't water go down?
Maybe I don't know, they just block it off. But like I'm just saying, there's different stories from all over the world of these giants escaping this cataclysm of a flood.
Yeah, it makes you wonder too if it was possible, because we don't have a lot of historical accounts of what happens in heaven. We don't get a lot of glimpses. I feel like in Scripture we do get the fact that Satan led a deceit and fallen angels came down, but maybe that happened a couple times.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, I mean, who knows after when they found the Göbekli Tepe before they buried it?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows if it was ever. People look at these ancient writings and learn how to call or contact these people.
Yeah,
Oh,
these are like spiritual beings to some extent too. And so like we're talking about biological reproduction. We have no understanding of how that works, biology and the supernatural in marriage. So
I wonder if the Nephilim DNA could still exist within people today. I feel like it could.
have you seen Sam Hayes?
That's true. That's true.
All the gingers got real quiet.
Literally every
Looking at you,
NFL
gingers.
NFL player is a Nephilim.
That's interesting.
There's some short NFL players.
True.
Yeah, but I thought that's crazy, and like
Yeah,
that
very
reminded
crazy.
me. Blurry. They did a podcast with this dude that has been looking for. We talked about it a while ago. The Brewer caves. Remember that guy? Was it John Brewer? He found those caves with the 2 giant mummies.
Oh,
Remember?
in Utah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was also underground.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they just interviewed this guy, Terry Carter, episode 312, where he's been looking for it for years now, and he is convinced he knows exactly where it's at,
Wow.
and he's not allowed to go in because it's illegal.
Yeah.
Like, because it's protected by Fish and Wildlife game or whatever.
Conservation. Yeah.
Yeah, and he put a thing, and he's like, hey, can I excavate this site? And they said, what, where? And he's like, I'm not going to tell you exactly, but he's like, but I'm pretty confident it's right here. And they said, if you show up with a shovel, you will be arrested.
Yeah. So they use laws to bury stuff.
What'd you get arrested for? Intend to shovel.
So
Intent to shovel.
there's stories on Catalina Island of giants, and I want to get to it. But one of the things when I was researching, because they used to have Native American remains that they would display, and a lot of the stories are like these ancient, they're burials that have been dug up. So they passed a law that makes it illegal to display Native American remains. But what is Native American?
Exactly.
And so now it's illegal to display what may or may not have been found.
Yeah. So that was the loop around that. We talked about that before, that law that came out that any Native American artifacts, they go back to the tribes with the exception of the Smithsonian. They're the only exception to where they don't have to send back Native American artifacts.
They
or
are
bones.
villains.
Dude.
They're villains.
Okay, let me get into this story.
Yeah.
That's true.
Yes.
I can't believe I can't believe
We talked about
this
it a while ago, but
I can't believe that. That's insane. That's criminal.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're above the law.
So
Tell me about Catalina.
South Catalina Island, there's this guy, and he's doing excavations, and he's doing all this research funded by the Wrigley, like the family that has the gum. But so anyways, this dude is researching this whole island, digs up like tons and tons of graves, and begins to report and take photos of and share photos. He's finding 7 to 9 foot giants.
Oh my gosh.
And so he actually sets up a museum, and it becomes an attraction where these remains are put behind glass and people are coming to look at them. Of course, you start doing that because it was privately funded, right? It's not the Smithsonian. It's not, any government, whatever. So they can technically do it. The family owned the island, the Wrigley family. So they're doing whatever they want with it. Anyways, so they start displaying. I think it was UCLA back then, and the Smithsonian then peer review his research and dismiss it as obviously they say
hoax.
they're like they called him, I forget the words they used, but basically like he was making a mess of it. He's not doing any of this accurately.
Like a charlatan.
And so for them to criticize the means by which he does his research, I'm like, okay, so maybe whatever that is, he didn't catalog it correctly. He was crude in how he dug it up. But the dude is displaying huge giant bones. It's like, okay, so the research was bad, but can you then step in and do something?
Yeah.
Instead of doing that, they seized it all.
Yeah, typical. Oh my gosh.
If it's so fake, we had to get it out there. We can't let the public be deceived.
With
Yeah.
what authority?
It's crazy.
Like,
The U.S. government,
oh
baby.
my gosh.
The craziest part of the story, though, is that it said that the remains he was finding from this quote unquote Native American, if Catalina was used as a Native American burial site, they were 7 to 9 foot giants, fair hair.
Oh, like the Nordics.
The Nordics, or, I don't know what happens to
Red hair.
red
when
hair
it-
over a period of time. But yeah,
That's wild.
it's like if this dude is making stuff up, like the amount of intent that it takes, like we
Yeah.
have access to all these stories from around the world because we live now. Back then,
Yeah.
they're just making up crazy stories.
What time was that again?
1919 to 28.
So this is like all the same
yeah,
time
this is
frame
the-
as
The man's name is Glidden. He conducted extensive excavations across the Channel Islands. Shout out Channel Island surfboards. focusing particularly on Catalina. He claimed to have opened over 800 burial sites and unearthed the remains of thousands of Native Americans. But what made his finds controversial is that he found dozens of skeletons he said were well over 7 feet tall, some reaching over 9 foot.
That's crazy.
This is what I'm talking. This time frame, it seems like people were starting to explore the U.S. more,
Yeah.
like at least archaeologists.
And they had to put a cap on it real quick.
Yeah, I mean, because Levelock Cave, that was not discovered by like archaeologists. That was discovered by people harvesting guano.
Yeah.
You know,
Guano. Big white guano.
And they're like, yo, there's giant bones in here. And they're like, no, there's
Yeah.
not. And then the Paiute's like, yeah, there were. We killed them.
Yeah.
And then the Paiute, the lava, so Paiute, they're connected to the Death Valley stuff too, because they occupied part of Death Valley.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So like, I mean, that just gives it more validity, I feel
Yeah.
like.
Mhm.
Different people at different times, it's finding the exact same stuff.
Yeah,
I
his
wanna-
stuff. His
Yes.
stuff too. He said multiple, like different type bone structures too, and they were double rowed with teeth.
Ew!
And I'm like, if you're trying to fake a skeleton, you're not adding a second row of teeth. You know the intricacy that you like, the amount of work it takes to add a second row. Like, just make a big head. That's
Yeah.
easier to pull off.
Dude, that's
Believe me,
all
I've
throughout
tried.
South American folklore too, is like their teeth, like the double row of teeth. And
really.
like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
When? Tell me. Like, I
I mean, I don't know
remember.
too much. I just remember reading that these giants, they like, because they would consume humans, and
Yeah.
so like they had like these double row of teeth, and like it was just it's weird.
Out
how
of
that-
what? Out of what region?
It's just South America.
I mean, see that's what I'm talking about. Like, when did that discovery happen, and did word spread quick enough in the early 1900s to
Yeah.
get up there that this supposed researcher who's faking stuff was like, yeah, I'm gonna do exactly what they're finding. There's just too much weird stuff that overlaps for me to believe that there's like this intricate conspiracy network of dudes who are just pulling this off to make an amusement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How old did he speculate those bones were, do you think? Like,
Let me look. I'm not sure off the top of my head.
do you think there's still giants right now? With that story about the giants in Iraq or Afghanistan or whatever it was, they were
Mhm.
fighting, that would have been
Yeah.
when? In the,
Afghanistan, that was the 2000s.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Oh, the Gilgamesh stuff?
No, the
Oh.
one that those U.S. soldiers were impaled by that giant that was found in Afghanistan.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. They said he had bright red hair,
I wish
His
they weren't real.
cave smelled.
Is there any good giant movies?
There needs
Speaking
to
of
be.
giants,
Yeah,
though,
dude.
we finished House of David.
Yeah, I haven't finished
Amazing.
yet. Good?
So good.
Okay.
Okay.
I can't wait to
Awesome.
finish
So
that.
good. I don't want to spoil it.
Oh, don't do it.
Okay, I'll spoil it. David kills Glide.
Ah!
No.
Didn't see it coming.
That's awesome.
It was rad.
Yeah,
It
it
was
was super
so good.
That's cool. I remember Troy. The beginning of Troy was always a cool
Oh,
scene,
yeah, yeah.
too. That was fun, dude.
Wait a second. Oh, no.
When he just starts
Yeah.
sprint,
And just,
yeah, right behind his back and then just stands there. I'm like, oh, that's so cool.
yeah. House of
What,
David, 10 out of 10. Very good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What movie did Blurry Creatures in that they have like a meme video that they released where they're like what the Old Testament was actually like, and it's like dudes fighting giants to like a metal song.
Oh, I don't know.
I'll have to pull that
That was
up.
a
I'll have
movie?
to find it. Yeah, but I'm like clear like
Yeah.
if Nate and Luke made that, I need to go like apprentice underneath their animation skills. But it looked like it was from a movie for sure.
Don't you think that, like, because we talked about before how they sometimes hide stuff in plain sight, like, especially like within movies and whatnot?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like how Indiana Jones, how the Ark of the Covenant, how they literally just put it in the warehouse,
Yeah.
like in a crate. And
Yeah.
there's just like hundreds of thousands of crates.
Yeah. It's the most
I
secure
mean-
place on the planet. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
That's
that
weird. So it's totally real, dude. It's totally real.
I hope not. I hope it's in Ethiopia being guarded by people who love the Lord, our first church.
Oh, yeah.
I hope
The
it's
story of that is, I know we've talked about it multiple times, but it talks about like the priests that are chosen to guard the Ark of the Covenant there,
Mm.
how they don't want to do it because they have to live there the rest of their lives, but how they all go blind and how they all die pretty young.
It's amazing. Yeah, that's crazy. Do you think, because, you know, the Levites were in charge, instructed to take care of the
Mhm.
ark and all of the, you know, sacred things to the Lord? What if it's still the Levites taking care of it?
It could be
That'd be amazing.
like the bloodline.
Yeah.
Bloodline.
shout
What if
out
it's
to
the
the
Nephilim giants?
shout out to the dreadheads.
Yeah.
Levites without cutting their hair.
Very cool.
Nappy hair gets dreads. Just a bunch of Rasta dudes.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that how epic would that be to see?
Modest Yahoo.
Yeah. Crazy stuff.
And then Delilah shows up.
Hey there, Delilah.
Man, I'm really tired after this episode, Josh.
Well, that's a bummer. I wish
Yeah.
we had something to help us continue on to, I don't know, our Patreon episode.
Me too, man. Me too. Wait.
Wait.
What is this? What is this?
Is that
What is this? What is
Magic
that? That was terrible.
Mind?
I'm so sorry.
It's been a while.
It's been a while, Magic Mind. We're glad for you to be back. Listen, everybody, you get mental performance shot right here in this little tiny Magic Mind little bottle. It's so cute, subtly sweet, sharper mind, lower stress, and clean and calm energy, baby.
Woo!
Ouch, ouch, ouch.
Magicmind.com /ninja and use the code ninja20 to get a significant discount on your subscription.
Absolutely. We started this pod at 10 a.m. and I'm going to be rock and rolling for the day because of Magic Mind.
Thank you, Magic Mind.
Thank
We love
you.
Oh yeah,
Dude, that's like
Hit the
3
air
for
horn.
3.
Do we have air horn?
Nope.
Nope.
Where's
Okay.
Magic Mind makes you shoot into the trash can really good.
Yeah, finish you into the trash can.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
That's what I said.
Not like. Oh, it does. Yep.
Get somebody in here that has to take Magic Mind. I just immediately miss.
Let's stand way over there.
Yeah, so that's it.
Josh, you want to keep talking?
I actually really do.
Okay, perfect. I want to go to patreon.com/ninjas and butterflies so we can continue this conversation on dolphins are aliens. Woo! 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 It's the brother or sister of ninjas are butterflies, and you get a ton of free conversation with that Patreon subscription. I don't know what I'm saying. No. Discount codes on our brand new merch, behind the scenes content. It's going to be great. So go to patreon.com.
Throw me that. Yes.
Download the app today.
The purple shirt. Yeah, all the shirts.
I was about to throw the bow at you.
Yeah, guys, we got new merch. We talked about it on the ad. Remember we talked about it on the ad?
I do remember that.
So make sure you go to SundayCoolSwag.com and get your merch. We got some AI computer stuff. We got the one I'm wearing. It's
This
dope.
really cool one.
We're now selling the camo. A little onesie.
Oh, that's cute.
That's actually really cute. I didn't know we made that.
What the heck?
This might not be for sale then.
It is.
Oh.
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And guys, every week for the next, how many weeks?
4 or 5.
How many-
We'll let them know.
Yeah, like let's say like 6 weeks. Every week for the next 6 weeks, we're going to come out with a new design and a new shirt. We're going to be pumping them out, baby.
Yes, and they're lovely. Absolutely lovely. I can't wait. The other one, the long sleeve that I showed you over the weekend.
Yeah.
It's pretty good. You guys are going to love
Very
it.
excited about that one.
Yes, sir.
All right, guys.
All right,
we love you. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Yeah.
Yes, queen.
What you're about to see may disturb you.
If any of you know what these multi-decade UAP dolphins are aliens, bottlenose fish sticks.
There's a massive police response.
The dolphin thing. Oh my God! Dolphin style attack!
Let's do one where we like look back and up at something huge.
Yes, sir.
Everyone do it. Oh, yeah. Oh.